Hello children, welcome to Evolve Science Classes. This chapter is of class 7 Nutrition in Plants, chapter number 1. As you know, there are some CBSE pattern change, but still this chapter remains the first chapter. We are going to start fresh today with this chapter. First, what we are going to do, we are going to read the chapter, underline the difficult words, and then also understand the meaning of the paragraph, and this is how we are going to study the whole chapter. मुझे लगता है आप सबको समझ में आ रहा है, कोई प्रॉब्लम तो नहीं है। तो ये NCERT बुक के क्लास 7 का पहला पेज है, पहला चैप्टर है, और हम अब इसे पहले रीड करेंगे, फिर इसमें से डिफ़िकल्ट वर्ड्स को छांट कर उसे लिख लेंगे। बिकॉज यू नो व्हेन यू आर राइटिंग द आंसर्स एंड योर स्पेलिंग्स गो रॉन्ग, योर मार्क्स आर डिडक्टेड। तो हमें इस चीज़ का भी ध्यान रखना है कि हमारी स्पेलिंग मिस्टेक्स ना हो, तो उसके लिए हमें स्पेलिंग्स को भी करेक्ट करना पड़ेगा, और साथ ही मैं आपको इस चैप्टर को समझाऊंगी। सो लेट्स गेट स्टार्टेड. Let's evolve. Nutrition in plants. In class 6, you have learned that food is essential for all living organisms. तो क्लास 6 के चैप्टर में आपने देखा था कि फूड जो है, खाना जो है, हम सबके लिए बहुत ही ज़रूरी है. For all living organisms. You also learned that carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals are components of food. So ये सारे जो हैं ये हमारे components of food है. Carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals are called components of foods. These components of food are called nutrients and are necessary for our body. तो ये जो कंपोनेंट्स ऑफ फूड है इसको हम न्यूट्रिएंट्स भी बोलते हैं. तो अगर आपको पूछा जाए कंपोनेंट्स ऑफ फूड के नाम लिखिए, तो आप क्या लिखोगे? कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स, प्रोटीन्स, फैट्स, विटामिन्स एंड मिनरल्स. और अगर आपको न्यूट्रिएंट्स के नाम पूछा जाए, देन ऑल्सो यू आर गोइंग टू राइट द सेम थिंग. ऑल लिविंग organisms require food. Plants can synthesize food for themselves, but animals including humans cannot. Plants can synthesize. Synthesize का मतलब होता है to make. Plants अपना खाना खुद बना सकते हैं. So we call it as to make. So by which process do plants prepare food? You all know it is through photosynthesis. It's written here, by the process of photosynthesis. But animals, they cannot prepare their own food. तो हम डिपेंडेंट हैं किस पे? प्लांट्स में भी और एनिमल्स पे भी. They get it from plants. Here it's written, they get it from plants or animals that they eat. They is humans. We are talking of humans. Thus, humans and animals are directly or indirectly dependent on प्लांट्स. तो हम सारे ह्यूमन बीइंग्स और बाकी सब एनिमल्स सब डिपेंडेंट हैं किस पे? प्लांट्स पे. क्यों प्लांट्स पे डिपेंडेंट है? क्योंकि हम जो भी कुछ खाना खाते हैं वो या तो प्लांट से आ रहा है, और ईदर दे आर ऑफ प्लांट प्रोडक्ट और दे आर ऑफ एनिमल प्रोडक्ट. नाउ इन दिस चैप्टर यू विल कम टू नो अबाउट द डिफरेंट मोड्स ऑफ न्यूट्रिशन इन प्लांट्स. Plants are living things, and there are different types of plants and their mode of nutrition. मतलब उन सारे plants को nutrition कहाँ से मिलता है? So let's read the paragraph. Plants are the only organisms that can prepare food for themselves by using water, carbon dioxide and minerals. The raw materials are present in the surroundings. We read this paragraph. And by this paragraph you come to know ये जो raw materials की बात हो रही है ये सब किस में यूज़ होता है? For the process of photosynthesis. The nutrients enable living organisms to build their bodies to grow to repair damaged parts of the bodies and provide the energy to carry out life processes. जो भी हम न्यूट्रिएंट्स खा रहे हैं वो हमें हेल्प करता है. एनेबल का मतलब हेल्प करता है. क्या क्या करने के लिए हेल्प करता है? टू बिल्ड आवर बॉडीज, टू ग्रो, to repair the damaged parts of our bodies and also provide energy to our body for carrying out different life processes. So these are the four main things which we get when we are having proper nutrients in the body. What is nutrition now? You will get to know. Nutrition is the mode of taking. Here is the definition, good definition given for nutrition. So I am marking this. You can also mark it while you are reading the book. Nutrition is the mode of taking food by an organism and its utilization by the body. मतलब nutrition क्या है? अभी आपने देखा nutrients क्या है, आपने यहाँ देखा ना nutrients क्या है. तो ये सारे न्यूट्रिएंट्स जब हमारी बॉडी में खाने के रूप में आ जाता है, बाय टेकिंग फूड हमें क्या मिल रहा है? न्यूट्रिएंट्स मिल रहा है. और जब हमारी बॉडी उस न्यूट्रिएंट्स को यूटिलाइज करती है, यूज़ करती है, देन वी से वी हैव गॉट न्यूट्रिशन. ओके, आई होप यू हैव अंडरस्टूड. नाउ द मोड ऑफ न्यूट्रिशन इन विच ऑर्गेनिजम्स मेक फूड देमसेल्व्स from simple substances is called autotrophic. Auto means self and tropos means, auto means self and tropos means nourishment. auto word आपने पहले भी सुना होगा. automatic मतलब जो खुद काम कर ले, जो machines खुद काम कर ले. auto means self, खुद. तो there are some organisms, specially plants, which can prepare their own food. You all know by the process of photosynthesis. So basically all plants are called as autotrophs, or their mode of nutrition is autotrophic mode of nutrition. Here it's clearly written, plants are called autotrophs. Now if plants are called autotrophs, then what about animals? Animals are not called autotrophs because they cannot prepare their own food. So what are they called as? They are called as heterotrophs. Hetero means they are dependent on others. Others are plants and animals. Means animals or human beings are dependent on other plants and animals. Okay, so they are called as heterotrophs. So these are two basic modes of nutrition. One is autotrophic mode of nutrition and the other is heterotrophic mode of nutrition, which is carried out by heterotrophs. ना इस चैप्टर में आपको और भी एग्जाम्पल्स मिलेंगे मोड ऑफ न्यूट्रिशन के. सो ये दो अभी आप याद करेंगे. व्हेन इट कम्स in the further chapter, then also you are going to learn them. Now let us carry on with the paragraph. Next paragraph. Now we may ask where the food factories of the plants are located. अभी हमें क्या बताया गया? प्लांट्स ऑटोट्रॉफ्स हैं, मतलब वो अपना खाना खुद बना रहे हैं विथ सिंपल रॉ मटेरियल. तो कहाँ बना रहे हैं? फैक्ट्रीज कहाँ हैं उन प्लांट्स की? You all know they are located in the leaves of the plants. Leaves are the ones who prepare the food for the entire plant or entire tree. Now let us read the paragraph. Where food is made in all parts of the plant or only in certain parts? How do plants obtain raw materials from the surroundings? How do they transport them to the food factories of the plants? So all the questions which are there in this paragraph will be soon answered when we learn or read the next paragraphs. So let us continue. Photosynthesis, that is the food making process of the plant, is called as photosynthesis. So here you get the answer. Leaves are the food factories of the plant. I just now told you about leaves. So it's written here, leaves are the food factories of the plant. Therefore, all raw materials must reach the leaf. Water and minerals present in the soil are absorbed by the roots and transported to the leaves. Then carbon dioxide from the air is taken in and through the tiny pores, it's written here, through the tiny pores present on the surface of the leaves. These pores are surrounded by guard cells. Such pores are called as stomata. Now further when we read, we'll come to know about this. But as you know, there is a word here called cells. क्या आपको दिखाई दे रहा है cells? ये word आपको दिखाई दिया? It's written here cells. What are cells? Let us first know what are cells. Guard cell is a type of cell. एक cell होता क्या है? सबसे पहले हम इसको जानते हैं. You have already seen that buildings are made of bricks. जब हम कोई घर देखते हैं या कोई कंस्ट्रक्शन साइट पे जाते हैं तो हम क्या देखते हैं? बहुत सारी ईंट लगा लगा कर वॉल्स बनाई जा रही है. So what we see, buildings are made up of bricks. Similarly, the bodies of living organisms, जिस तरह एक घर जो कि एक नॉन लिविंग ऑब्जेक्ट है उसको ब्रिक्स से बनाया जा रहा है, वैसे ही एक लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म को सेल्स से बनाया जा रहा है. सेल्स कैन बी सीन ओनली अंडर माइक्रोस्कोप. क्यों? सेल्स को हम क्यों नहीं देख सकते? Because they are very 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 small, and for that we need an instrument and we call it as a microscope. Okay, some organisms are made up of only one cell. कुछ living organisms हैं जो एक ही सेल से बने हैं, दूसरा सेल ही नहीं है उनके पास. They such type of organisms are called as unicellular. But there are some organisms which are made up of many cells. उनको हम क्या कहते हैं? Multicellular. Okay, it's not given here in the book, but I just now told you. The cells is enclosed by a thin outer boundary called as the cell membrane. Can you see here? यहाँ पे जो ये picture है, I'll just draw one cell here. Just the one, it's as it is given here. ऐसे ये बना हुआ है आपका सेल. ये डॉट लाइक स्ट्रक्चर्स हैं. सो जो सेल मेम्ब्रेन की बात हो रही है, दिस इज द सेल मेम्ब्रेन, आउटर बाउंड्री ऑफ द सेल. मोस्ट सेल्स हैव अ डिस्टिंक्ट centrally located spherical structure called as the nucleus. ये रहा वो centrally located structure जिसे हम कहते हैं nucleus. And the nucleus is surrounded by jelly like substance. ये जो dotted structure मैंने बनाया है, jelly like substance, इसको हम कहते हैं cytoplasm. This picture is a bit complicated, इसीलिए मैंने आपको सिंपल बनाने के लिए यहाँ पे पिक्चर बना के शो कर दिया है. So now you get to know what is a cell and what living things are made up of. All living things are made up of cells. So here when we are talking about the guard cell, that means एक ऐसा सेल है जिसका नाम है गार्ड सेल, और वो कहाँ पाया जाता है? लीफ में पाया जाता है, स्टोमेटा के पास. So now when we read the further chapter, we'll get to know what is stomata. Continuing with the paragraph, water and minerals are transported to the leaves by the vessels which run like pipes through the roots, stems, branches and leaves. Now I am drawing a tree for you here. This is a tree. And these are the roots of the tree. Okay, these are the roots of the tree. Now when there are when we are talking about these vessels, तो इन roots के अंदर और stem के पास बहुत ही fine पाइप लाइक स्ट्रक्चर्स प्रेजेंट होती है. देखो ऐसे बहुत ही फाइन पाइप लाइक स्ट्रक्चर्स प्रेजेंट होती है. ये पाइप लाइक स्ट्रक्चर्स क्या काम करती है? जो भी आसपास पानी है, वाटर है, दैट इज टेकन अप बाय द pipe like structures. H2O is water. Let me write water here. And minerals. जो soil में water and minerals present है, वो सब पेड़ को कौन पहुंचा रहा है? These vessels. Vessels are fine tube like structures जो present है roots में भी, and they are present in the stem also, and also in the leaves. यहाँ पे भी pipe like structures present है, that is going to the leaves. So this is how the water from the soil is going to the leaf. Let me tell you the pathway now. What is the pathway of the water? It goes like this from here and here and here, and it enters the leaf, and the leaf gets the water. Let us continue now. They form a continuous path or passage of nutrients, just now I told you, to reach the leaf. They are called vessels. You will learn more about transport of materials in plants in class 7. So when we continue reading in other chapters, we'll get to know about this. Okay. Now coming to the next part. The leaves have a green pigment called chlorophyll. You all know all leaves are made up of green pigment called as chlorophyll. It helps leaves to capture the energy of the sunlight. Chlorophyll, what is the work of chlorophyll? It's given here. You should mark. What work does chlorophyll do? It helps leaves to capture the energy of the sunlight. This energy is used to synthesize. देखिए यहाँ synthesize का meaning भी दिया है. Prepare food from carbon dioxide and water. Chlorophyll क्या करता है? सन की हीट को कैप्चर कर लेता है. हीट तो चाहिए, जैसे हमारे घर में खाना बनता है, कैसे बनता है? हम फ्रिज में रख के खाना थोड़ी बना सकते हैं, हमें गैस जलाना पड़ता है, और गैस जलाते ही हमें हमारे यूटेंसिल्स, हमारे खाने को गर्माई मिलती है. उसी तरीके से प्लांट्स को खाना बनाने के लिए गर्माई कहाँ से मिलती है? सनलाइट से मिलती है. Since the synthesis of food occurs in the presence of sunlight, it is called as photosynthesis. Photo means light and synthesis means to combine. So we find that chlorophyll, sunlight, carbon dioxide, water are necessary to carry out the process of photosynthesis. So what are the important things required? Chlorophyll, sunlight, carbon dioxide, water, all are required for photosynthesis. And it is a unique process on the earth. The solar energy is the energy which comes from the sun, is captured by the leaves and stored in the plant in the form of food. Thus, sun is the ultimate source of energy for all living organisms. Can you imagine life on earth in absence of photosynthesis? मान लीजिए प्लांट्स फोटोसिंथेसिस ही नहीं करते तो खाना नहीं बनता. खाना नहीं बनता तो हमें कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स, प्रोटीन्स, फैट्स, विटामिन्स, मिनरल्स सिर्फ एनिमल्स तो नहीं दे सकते, क्योंकि एनिमल्स भी प्लांट्स को खाते हैं, तभी तो उन्हें एनर्जी मिलती है. तो हमें कहाँ से खाना मिलता? लाइफ एग्जिस्ट ही कर पाता क्या अर्थ पे? इन एब्सेंस ऑफ फोटोसिंथेसिस देयर वुड बी नो फूड. द सर्वाइवल ऑफ ऑलमोस्ट ऑल लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स directly or indirectly depend upon the food made by the plants. So life on earth would not have existed at all. So we have now read 2 pages of this chapter, and as I told you, you should mark all the difficult words also, so that there is no problem of getting lesser score due to spelling mistake. So first mark carbohydrate, protein, vitamins, components, necessary, synthesize, then you get here carbon dioxide, nutrition, nutrients we have already marked, autotrophic, heterotrophs, autotrophs. Let's go back to the next page now. Here you get many of them because in the part of cells you should know all the spellings. Cells, here you should know what is cell membrane spelling, nucleus, cytoplasm, all should be known to you, even the spelling of microscope. Then stomata, guard cells, chlorophyll, photosynthesis. All these are very, very important and useful for you if you learn them by heart. So as I said, I will be teaching you this way and I think it will be very, very helpful for you. And let us meet in my next video, which will be there soon. By the time, keep watching, keep viewing it many a times, this video I'm talking about, so that you get all the information necessary about this chapter. Stay tuned. Thank you.